Hello, I am Dr. Sanjay Chaudhary, HOD and Associate Professor, Anatomy Department at Antar Bharti Homeopathic Medical College, Daba, Nagpur. Today's topic is internal capsule. We will use BD Chaurasia book. If student want, they can note down the point. Topic internal capsule. Internal capsule. It is a large band of fiber passed through the interval between the thalamus and caudate nucleus medially and the lentiform nucleus laterally. This region is called the internal capsule. Location. It is situated in the inferomedial part of each cerebral hemisphere. Superiorly, the internal capsule is continuous with the corona radiata. Inferiorly below the crus cerebri of the midbrain. Shape of the internal capsule. The shape of the internal capsule is V-shape. Parts of the internal capsule. Parts of the internal capsule, there are 5 parts. First part, the anterior limb. Second part, posterior limb. Third part, genu. Fourth part, sublentiform parts, and fifth part, retrolentiform part. Parts, the anterior limb. The anterior limb, it lies between the caudate nucleus medially and the anterior parts of the lentiform nucleus laterally. Second parts, the posterior limb. Posterior limb, it lies between the thalamus medially and the posterior parts of the lentiform nucleus on the lateral side. Third parts, genu. The anterior and posterior limb of the internal capsule are meet at an angle. This angle is called the genu. Then fourth parts, sublentiform parts. Sublentiform parts means below the lentiform nucleus. Some other fibers pass below the lentiform nucleus. These fibers constitute the sublentiform parts of internal capsule. Then fifth parts, retrolentiform parts. Some fibers of the internal capsule lie behind the posterior end of the lentiform nucleus. Fibers of the internal capsule. The fibers of the internal capsule passing through the capsule may be ascending to the cerebral cortex or descending from the cortex. Ascending fibers. First, these are thalamocortical fibers which go from the thalamus to all parts of the cerebral cortex. Fibers to the frontal lobe constitute the anterior thalamic radiation. They pass through the anterior limb of the internal capsule. Second, fibers traveling from the ventral posterior nuclei of the thalamus to the somatosensory area in the posterior center gyrus constitute the superior thalamic radiation. These fibers occupy the genu and posterior limb of the capsule. Third, fibers from the thalamus to the occipital lobe constitute the posterior thalamic radiation, that is optic radiation from the lateral geniculate body to the visual cortex. Fourth, fibers from the thalamus to the temporal lobe constitute the inferior thalamic radiation, that is the acoustic radiation from the medial geniculate body to the acoustic area of the cerebral cortex. Descending fibers. Descending fibers are clinically most important. First, corticospinal and corticonuclear fibers. corticonuclear fibers pass through the genu of the internal capsule. Corticospinal fibers from the posterior limb. Corticopontine fibers first. Frontopontine, they pass through the anterior limb, genu and posterior limb of the internal capsule. Paritopontine fibers pass through the retrolentiform parts. Temporopontine fibers pass through the sublentiform parts. Occipitopontine fibers pass through the retrolentiform parts. Third point, corticothalamic fibers. Fibers pass from the various parts of the cerebral cortex to the thalamus. The fibers from cerebral cortex to brainstem nuclei. First, corticorubral fibers pass through the posterior limb. Corticoreticular fibers pass through the genu and posterior limb. Occipitotectal fibers pass through the retrolentiform part. Blood supply of the internal capsule. Blood supply of internal capsule. You remember blood supply of the brain or circle of wheels. So blood supply of the internal capsule are anterior limb. Anterior limb, it is supplied by recurrent branch of anterior cerebral artery. Second, direct branches from the anterior cerebral artery. Second, genu. Blood supply of the genu are direct branch from the internal carotid artery and posterior communicating artery. Then blood supply of the posterior limb. The blood supply of the posterior limb are first lateral striate branches of middle cerebral artery, second medial straight branches of middle cerebral artery and anterior choroidal artery. Then blood supply of sublentiform part. The blood supply of the sublentiform parts are branches of posterior cerebral artery and anterior choroidal artery. Then blood supply of the retrolentiform parts of internal capsule are the branches of the posterior cerebral artery. Applied anatomy or clinical anatomy. First, lesions of the internal capsule are usually vascular due to involvement of the middle cerebral artery. They give rise to hemiplegia on the opposite half of the body. Second point, thrombosis of the recurrent branch of the anterior cerebral artery give rise to an upper motor neuron type of paralysis of the opposite upper limb and of the face. Okay, so in this way we conclude the topic of internal capsule. If you have any difficulty, then feel free to comments below or WhatsApp. Thank you.